Welcome back to yet another cast between two titans players in the StarCraft 2 professional scene. Spawning in the bottom right, it is the Frenchman, as some other casters have so dubbed the creme de la creme. It is Clem. Spawning in the top left, a man who did pretty well for himself throughout the tournament. It is Krystianer, Protoss, wearing the blue. Honestly, I'm going to admit it. I've not watched many Krystianer games, so I'm in for a treat. Isn't it always nice? 12, 13, 14 years, however many it's been, since the game has come out, and we're still experiencing these things. We have an SCV scout coming across the map for Clem. Meanwhile, gate gas has been taken by Krystianer. Seemingly fairly normal. Probe scout has arrived at Clem's side of the map. A little tap on the butt from the drilly boy here, saying get out. Oh ho ho! eBay block over at Krystianer's natural. He's gonna take his third as his natural. Classic Zerg strategy. You see, Protoss, you know how it feels. Know how it feels. Yes, the double. Normally it's a double gas opener. Racks into a quick factory. Looks like Clem has foregone the Reaper. Probably just assuming that with that eBay block, seeing the Nexus timing, he knows it's a typical build, but it might be a little difficult to get any kind of scout off on his opponent here. Perhaps the best thing he can hope for is he could switch these buildings add-ons, get some Hellion movement going around the map. Second CC, I should say, starting up. That looks to be his plan. He's gonna use the fact that Krystianer is a little split right now as a way for Hellions to become kind of a menace. The benefit for Clem here is with the Nexus being right here, he's not exactly creating a wall at his natural to block Clem out, so he could pick either target really. Of course, the juicier target would always be the main base, so Krystianer needs to be aware of that. Probe coming back across the map. I feel like this is really loud. Hold on. Okay. Hellions chilling at home. Tech lag coming down on the barracks, likely to get a quick stim. Starport is on the way. Actually, only 4 Hellions out from Clem. But Krystianer is going to meet him, or was going to meet him. Looks like Clem is kind of sneaking around a bit. Shield battery is at the second base, but it's not exactly in range of the probes that it needs to protect. Well, a little surround here, a little bit of a rough start there. 4 probes going down though, still more than Krystianer would necessarily have liked. He's gonna recall into the main. 1 stalker didn't get pulled back, so Clem can't just pull him back down here. 4 probes for 4 Hellions. The mining time loss kind of hurts there, but you know, it's not horrible. It's not ideal. But given the amount of pressure, I would say that was handled fairly well. Bunker and a depot going to come down here on Clem's side of the map. Just make sure no counter all-ins or some such. Tank is going to siege on the ramp. Can be kind of awkward, especially because like if you try to get another tank down there, there's just not enough surface area to go past that tank. He blew up the probe. No scouting. See, even the second one got a little Got a little hung up there. 39 to 34 workers, or 40 now. Krystianer is definitely in the worker lead, but he's going to want to make sure that he scouts this. This looks like a Raven push is going to come out of Clem here. Probably going to go 2 or 3 tanks and some Marines. Meanwhile, Krystianer getting an observer up. Charge is on the way for him, so he looks like he's going to try to handle any pressure with some charge. In fact, could we be seeing... He has a third finishing, obviously, but I doubt it's going to be an all-in for charge. Typically, charge is a very aggressive opener, but it could just be a very heavy gateway style if he doesn't think Clem is going to push on him very quickly. We have a stalker pressure out here. Do we have blink? We have blink. Never mind. Ignore everything I just said. We're not getting anywhere near aggression. He's gonna blunk into. Maybe snipe some SCVs. Yeah, 1, 2. We can easily get that third one. Go for the third one. The fourth one was a little greedy. A little greedy. Blink into recall is gonna be a very smart choice. Only gonna lose 1 stalker, but one of those stalkers was pretty damaged. That SCV is sent into the stratosphere. Meanwhile, Clem armying up at home. Krystianer gonna get these blink stalkers back out on the map. Always good for keeping a map presence. Keep the Terran in check. Be like, hey, what are you doing? Where's your third? We're almost 7 minutes in. There should at least be a third near. Mine drop is going to come out of here for our Frenchman. That's not the button I wanted. There we go. We get the cool little flyby here on the Widow Mine drop. We have a little bit of damage happening here. Raven dropped a turret, nearly gets that last probe coming in. Meanwhile, the mine drop is coming in from the top right. Krystianer is chilling at the front of the Terran's base with his stalkers. Mine drop's gonna come in. Clem, does he react? He's not gonna pull. Oh, I said Clem, does he react, but really it was Krystianer. Krystianer was very brave, thought he could just weather through it. Did not decide to respect the threat of the Widow Mines. Lost 9 probes for it. Meanwhile, Clem is moving out across the map. Stalkers are going to see the move out with themselves. Army is coming across. And this is going to get pretty interesting pretty quick. We have 3 Immortals, 11 charge lots engaging the bio ball here with some mines. Big amount of bio. I don't know if you can hold this amount of bio. That's a lot of bio. Shield battery overcharge is going to be very important. Marine count is getting whittled down. Immortals are pumping out a lot of firepower. This Immortal itself has killed 2 units. It's always impressive. Widow Mines are going to force the army back. The Protoss army has gone excruciatingly small. We need more gateways. Unfortunately, you can't really afford it very much. The Colossi has spawned. It has popped out of the Robo. This push will get pushed back. We do lose the Colossi, and Clem saw it thanks to that scan. So that is a bit of a victory here. We do not want to be pushing out very far. Concussive is online. They can chase us down with those Marauders. 3 sentries are here. Stalkers in a good number. Charge lots being warped in, but is it going to be enough? I do not think so. I think Clem has the numbers here to push this back. Force fields are going to come up, separating the bio a little bit, but it's not blocking out the concave very well. Shield battery has been drained. No more overcharge. Barely any units coming out of the warp now. We needed to get a bigger ball together, and unfortunately, the push was deadly. Krystianer is just going to call it here. Clem takes game 1. Back for game 2 as Clem is up 1. Spawning in the bottom right. The man who pushed his way to victory just now versus the Protoss. It is Clem. Spawning up here in the top left. The one who almost held it. But unfortunately, maybe we got just a little too overeager to chase that bio across the map. Ran into more bio. It is Krystianer. Is it Kristan's year? No? Sorry. Having a standard opener here so far. Gateway's gonna start right now. Meanwhile, Barracks gonna start at home for Clem. Macro gods to the core. Wouldn't blame Krystianer if he wanted to proxy this game. Would not blame him at all. We have a scouting probe coming across the map. And what are we gonna see? Krystianer. We're gonna see a barracks at the top. Pretty normal. Meanwhile, core should be starting up here pretty soon. Core should be starting up here pretty soon. Actually, he's going Nexus. Gate, Nexus, core. Ooh. Already looking for that little edge. Understandable, but Clem could be mind gaming him just a little bit, even right here in the opening. Last game, Clem went for a Marine first into his build into the factory, but this time Clem is opening up much more standard with the Reaper into likely a Marine. There it is, and with the CC right after the racks. This is going to be a 1-1-1 setup. Reaper's going to go across the map, and you know, we're going to be boosting out a Adept, but how much damage is Clem's Reaper about to get here? And he's likely going to see the Robo. I'm wasting a little bit of time on this pylon. Would like him to get into the main. Of course, you don't know that your opponent went for anything else. Now, the dance with the Adept is about to begin. Oh, pulled back, and the professional level micro. You can just barely use the edge of the Nexus's width and girth to outrange the Adept ever so slightly. Bounces that probe, and kids, don't try this at home. Don't try it. This Reaper is on more drugs than the Marines when they have stim. Okay, don't do that. Robo Bay without a single unit produced out of the Robo facility. This could be a couple of options here. We could be going into just a 2-base Colossus for a defensive opener. And I'm starting to believe it a little bit more with that gateway going down right there at this time. But this could also be a drop. I'm sorry, Krystianer. Did you hear me in the past? The Warp Prism has just started up. This is absolutely crazy. Hold on, we're gonna pause real quick. I wanna check something. Okay, that's appropriate. Settings are good. Sorry for the pause, everyone. Warp Gate is finishing right now. Meanwhile, Clem preparing for the mine drop. As always, it's Clem. Mines are part of his biology. Hellion scouting around. Did we miss some worker kills? No, we did not. But that Hellion was a little beat up. So maybe he got poked by the stalkers. Krystianer's coming out to take his third. It is going to be a Colossus drop, it looks like. Okay. I like it. We're having the Warp Prism speed boost upgrade coming in. This is particularly effective against 3 racks, but it can find its platitudes all around, really. Clem's drop has completely gotten shut down and locked into a corner where it deserves to be. Meanwhile, the War Prism's going across the map. The Hellion spotted it. The Hellion spotted it. Clem's going to meet it out on the map, but the Adept is going to meet the meet out, which means the Colossus is going to meet the meet out that was sent to meet it out. I hope you're keeping up. Alright, not bad damage right now. The Viking is out. This is going to push this away, so this is not going to be a total nightmare. However, I'm really trying to find sentences now that aren't going to equal out to StarCraft 2 professional gamer names. Because I almost just said he's gonna run out of time for this drop. Anyway. Getting some more damage. Anything that this Colossus drop gets from now on is gonna be pretty decent, considering Clem already has the counter up. It's just not in position. Meanwhile, the mine drop is still waiting for its moment. It is not finding any room. Colossus drop's coming back in. Gonna get some more Marines. As long as we pull back before any damage happens to the hull, we should be fine. Viking's gonna meet it out, but it is not really gonna be able to keep up with it too well. Thanks to that War Prism speed. It just barely outspeeds it, and you saw the Viking slow down. It was preparing another volley, but the Prism is just fast enough to avoid it, and he almost caught it again for an extra volley. That was... Krystianer didn't kind of smell it, and Clem didn't pull back like that. Could have been rough. We still do not... The third is halfway done, but again, it's kind of a later third, so we're definitely going to see some kind of a move out from Clem before this third gets on location. Meanwhile, Krystianer up 10 workers. A comfortable position for Protoss. They are about even right now. Zealot, literally Zealot, not Charge Lot, just a Zealot, run by, does see the Widow Mine drop. It's going to be meted. English is clearly my first language. By these Stalkers. It's going to get some poking damage in, but not a whole lot. Stock Charge Lots are going to be warped in at home. Meanwhile, the main army of Clem is also pushing towards the natural, the 1-2 punch. I do think... Ooh, Templar. Nice little feedback onto the medevacs, and the mine drop did get down here. We got a good amount of probes, 15 probes. I'm sorry, I missed it all. There's so much to try and catch, and I'm not that great at this, but we get better. These mines, this cannon should finish, definitely should finish before the mines recharge. Oh no, another 6 probes. Oh, this is a disaster. Good pull, good pull. Meanwhile, the main army is going to be moving up towards the right side to try and hit this base, which is completely undefended. There is nothing here to defend it. It's going to get rid of the cannon just to drop more mines, I bet you. Mines are going to... Oh, good. You all saw that retargeting onto that War Prism. Clem almost had a bad... Or, Krystianer almost had a bad day. I keep thinking Clem is Protoss. Clem is just a good Protoss name, but he's Terran. Widow mines were left behind. He could walk these in. I hope we see that. Main army fight coming down here. A little bit of a skirmish. Clem does not have really enough to sustain a full battle. Oh, taking some Widow Mine shots there. Unfortunate. Clem is all over the place. And Krystianer is going to lose his Colossus. He's just going to tap. He's not even going to try and save it. Spawning in the bottom left. Man is on a tear. It is Clem. Spawning in the bottom right. He who keeps almost getting it. Mr. One Step Behind. Can he learn to skip forward? It is Krystianer. Okay. Are we going to end it on a high note, Krystianer? Are we going to do anything crazy? Because I do not know if doing the same thing over and over again is going to net us any victories. Even just starting... Well, he did try to do a little bit of difference, I suppose, with the game 1 being a blink into charge and then game 2 just being a Colossus drop. I feel like we need to go for more risk, more reward. Perhaps a DT drop, or perhaps even, dare I say it, a disruptor drop could be spicy. Their first couple of buildings are about to finish. He's going for the Nexus after Gateway again. Reaper is being made. Cybercore is on the way, thankfully, for the Protosses who do decide to do this. It is a fair bit better when you can do this, because these Cybercores do finish fairly quickly. The Reaper is gonna, make sure there's no proxies around. If he went straight across the map, this could be bad for Krystianer. But Clem is thinking the possibility exists out there for the thing that I kind of wanted him to do, so maybe it's a good thing he didn't do it. But he's checking for proxies. Don't want to get proxied. Let's follow this Reaper. This is Damo, the Reaper. Damo's gonna kill a probe. This was the most random encounter. What? You need to file a report with HR, Damo. File a report. What was that probe doing out here? I agree with Damo's reasoning now. Why was there a probe moving across the map? He's gonna miss the second probe. That luck is on your side. Reaper is gonna show up here, see the Adept kind of patrolling forward. Meanwhile, what is this probe doing? We're building a Phoenix, Stargate Phoenix opener, Warp Gate's on the way. We're also building a Twilight. Are we gonna proxy a gate over here, but use the Phoenix to distract while going for a 2-base all-in? Is this the strategy? There's a gateway spawning over here. So this is going to be a committed aggression. This is a real Phoenix. But right now, Clem probably just thinks it's a hallucination. Well, when do you ever when do you ever put this much direct control over a hallucination? Clem. And now he knows for certain this is a real Phoenix. The boost is going to run out of the... Oh my god, did he see it? He saw it. Game over, man. Game over. He sees the proxy. Second pylon is going to start at the proxy just to make sure this ball of Marines can't stop it. But how are you actually planning on stopping this? 3 Stalkers are warping in right now to keep this alive. That's a good amount of DPS out of Clem. Cyclones and Marines are on the way, so he won't necessarily shut the construction down right now. I've deeply underestimated Krystianer, and I forgot who I was casting for a moment. My apologies. That Phoenix is gambling with its life. Do remember the Phoenix? It is mechanical, to which the Cyclone does well against. Meanwhile, The Hellion's gonna come in. Hellion Reaper's gonna get 2 kills. 3, 4, 5. Can we get a 6? Clem, where's your micro? Oh my god, we're gonna get another 7. We got a 7. We're gonna get an 8. No, we're not. I was excited. Meanwhile, small push-in over here. Widowmine does blast. Looks like only minor damage has gone on to the Stalkers. Blink is definitely done at this point. Perfect timing on that. That was chef's kiss. Micro. We are going to get the factory, perhaps. That's a lot of DPS. We're not getting the factory. We did not focus it down. Would have been nice. Could have even delayed a push, possibly. Meanwhile, charge is on the way. We're making more Phoenixes. Another Robo is about to finish here. We're going to get rid of the bunker. Blinkbacks are going to happen. We are not going to get hit by the Widowmine, but mostly because the tank made us run away. A lot of injured Stalkers here. I don't have faith in going in for another bout. I don't believe in it. I say we just be happy with the lead we have gotten ourselves. Probe up. Clem is definitely going to look to try and get back at this. He's going to take a Marine drop this time. No more Widowmine drops. Now we're stimming to win. But the Phoenix said no. You stay, Mr. Clem. Observer's going to come over here and siege up. Hopefully Clem doesn't see. I mean, how else does he snipe a Widowmine if there's no... There you go. There you go. That could have happened a little bit quicker, Clem. I, of course, a lesser player, will judge you. Another drop is going to go across the map and not going to get spotted this time. The Stalkers are going to back off. He finally got one out of here. Meanwhile, charge lot run by going off to the side. Oh, a little bit of a weird control issue out of Clem there, and very, very unusual. Yeah, a little bit of a... You forget to hotkey some workers or some units, Clem. Charge lots are going to come out. Drop is going to hide over here. Battle. And they just skirmish. Nothing too impressive. He's going to come over here, but he's going to get swished and slashed by the charge lots. The charge lots get a surround-ish, kind of. He's not going to Widowmine himself to death. There's a lot of charge lots. There's a lot of charge lots, and a part of me almost wants him to commit to it. He's going for the sandwich again. This is how you definitely want to play Stalker charge lot. We go for sandwiches. Y'all got porta subs where you at? Because we need sandwiches. That Archon's not looking too great. This is a very, very entrenched position. We should be happy with this. We should just probe up, get the 4th exactly. I would like to see Krystianer tech up a bit. Even like 3. Oh, the drop. The drop shot out of the sky along with their hopes and dreams and wives, probably. Another sandwich is going to force a lift off. Banshee's going to go down. But Clem's feeling it now. Clem's feeling that he has whittled down the forces enough to the point where he can push out across the map. He's just going to go. He's just going to go. Maybe. He's going to route this side first, and then he's going to go. A lot of trading has happened. And he, at the very least, has taken the map. He's going to get rid of this proxy location before he dares go across the map. He has a little Marine taking a little scout. Just trying to see what he's up to. Meanwhile, we are transferring probes over to the 4th base, but those were transferred largely from the main base as it was getting oversaturated. We have not gone up a huge amount of workers, maybe 9 or so, in the past minute, as it has been Trade City. Only now are we starting up the Robo Bay and a second Robo. And even Immortals right now would be nice because we would really love to keep this 4th base alive, but I feel like there's just no way. Decent flank, but Clem is just about to out DPS this. The EMP is going to mean these Archons just pop. GG is called. Clem takes the series 3-0. There's a reason he's the mightiest French in the West. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next cast.